On stage or in the studio, both the right microphones and proper placement are essential to get the most out of your drum sound. Heil Sound has all the tools you need, and in this video, we'll demonstrate how to get the most out of your mics. No matter what the style, the kick and snare form the core of every drum sound. The kick and snare occupy the full frequency spectrum, usually in the center of the stereo field. They also provide all of the essential rhythmic information for the piece of music being performed. The kick drum provides the fundamental low end of the drum sound while requiring enough high-end snap to give it definition within the kit. The snare drum has much more high-frequency information and complex harmonics that need to be captured, while preserving the fundamental frequency of the drum in the low mid-range. Proper positioning and the famous Heil Sound off-axis rejection are essential factors in minimizing bleed, allowing for maximum clarity and control of each element down the line. The foundation of any kick sound is a large dynamic mic like the PR40. The large, 1-inch low-mass diaphragm, excellent off-axis rejection, and flat frequency response from 28 Hz to 18 kHz make the PR40 ideal for kick drums. Positioning the mic inside the drum will help capture the snap of the beater on the batter head while isolating the mic from the rest of the kit. Placing the mic dead center in the drum tends to yield the weakest sound. Keeping the mic off-center will improve the low end. Now, by moving the mic back and forth between the batter head and the front head, we can adjust the relative amounts of attack and low end. Another great choice for the kick drum is the Heil PR48. Optimized for kick drums, it features a vulcanized rubber shock mount, a high 148 SPL dynamic range, and superior off-axis rejection. Its unique frequency response is tailored specifically to kick drums. While some kick drum microphones judge themselves by how well they can handle EQ, the PR48 sounds fantastic before any EQ. Another option is to place the mic just inside the front cutout hole. This captures both the attack of the batter head through the hole while also getting low end from the front head. It's important to avoid putting the mic right in the hole, however, because the SPL at this point is very high and can overload even the most robust mic. For kick and snare, placement is key, both to achieve the best sound for each drum and to minimize bleed from the rest of the kit. Each kit and drummer is different, so taking the time to adjust and occasionally experiment is time well spent. For the snare drum, the PR22's large, low-mass voice coil assembly and equally placed rear ports produce a smooth 50 Hz to 18 kHz frequency response, reduced proximity effect, and provides excellent off-axis rejection. The PR22 has a high SPL rating of 145 decibels, making it ideal for even the loudest snare drums. Both live and in the studio, the snare is primarily captured by a mic just above the top head of the drum. Often, a mic under the snare can help capture the snap of the snares and extra brightness without adding excessive EQ to the top mic. Depending on the setup, the top snare mic is usually positioned between the first rack tom and a hi-hat. This minimizes bleed and keeps the mic out of the drummer's way. Positioning the mic closer to the head will also reduce bleed from the rest of the kit. As the mic gets closer, however, the low frequencies will be exaggerated and the drum will sound darker and less open as a result. For a drier sound with less ring, move the capsule outside of the rim. Angling the mic down towards the edge of the head will emphasize more of the overtones of the drum, while angling towards the center of the head will emphasize the attack. The bottom mic can be placed directly under the snares. Close enough to minimize bleed, but not so close that the snares make contact with the mic. To avoid phase interference with the top mic, always make sure to reverse the phase of the mic under the snare. The PR30 is also an excellent choice for miking both top and bottom snare drums. The toms may be the least used part of the drum kit, but they can often be the hardest to capture. Heil Sound has several excellent options for capturing the perfect tom sound. The PR30's high SPL capacity, durability, and off-axis rejection make them an industry standard for toms on the stage and in the studio. The 1.5-inch low-mass aluminum voice coil assembly provides a smooth 40 Hz to 18 kHz frequency response, with excellent off-axis rejection and virtually no off-axis coloration. The PR31BW realizes all the benefits of the PR30 in a smaller footprint suitable for mounting to toms and tight spaces such as underneath a ride cymbal. Positioning the mic close to the drum will generate more low end and reduce the amount of bleed from the rest of the kit. As the mic moves back, the drum will open up. Aiming the mic toward the center of the drum will yield more attack, while a more straight up and down position will emphasize the overtones. The PR28 is made specifically for toms, snare drums, and percussion instruments. It features a dual suspension dynamic element to eliminate unwanted vibration and noise. The PR28 uses its excellent off-axis rejection to isolate the target drum from neighboring drums just inches away, as well as any other nearby instruments or monitors. The PR28 can be used with the HH1 drum mounting clamp to eliminate or reduce the need for mic stands. Of all the parts of the kit, toms are perhaps the most sensitive to positioning. Even small changes can have a significant effect on both tone and bleed. Heil Sound offers a range of mics ideally suited to capturing the full range of your toms while rejecting off-axis sounds. The overhead and hi-hat mics are the glue that holds the drum sound together. Capturing cymbals without harshness or phase issues requires special attention to positioning. The smooth top end and excellent off-axis rejection make PR30s a favorite for overheads, especially in live situations. The mics can be placed down low close to the cymbals to de-emphasize the rest of the kit and reduce bleed from other instruments, or higher like we have them here to capture a more balanced sound. Placing the mics farther apart will also create a wider stereo image. Wherever the overheads are placed, make sure to keep them exactly equidistant from the snare. This is easy to do by simply taking a mic cable and measuring from the center of the snare to each mic and adjust accordingly. This will keep the snare centered in the stereo image and prevent any phase problems. Also, never get the mic so low that the edge of the cymbal moves across the element as the cymbal is struck, as this causes nasty phasing. Again, the smooth top end and excellent off-axis rejection make PR30s a favorite for hi-hats, especially in live situations. Placing the mic on the outside edge of the hi-hat helps to isolate the mic from the rest of the kit, while keeping it out of the drummer's way. Make sure the mic is high enough to clear the top cymbal when it's open. Aiming the mic straight down, or even off the edge, maximizes the off-axis rejection provided by the mic's cardioid pickup pattern. For a tighter, more controlled sound, move the mic towards the bell. For a real heavy hitter, you may have to move it up to keep the hi-hat under control. Proper overhead placement and spacing is the key to coherent stereo imaging and avoiding phase issues. This can be the difference between a mediocre drum sound and a great one. No matter the style or situation, these techniques in Heil Sound are the perfect combination to bring your drums into focus. Let Heil Sound microphones bring your drums to the world.